This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. Now, before we get to the news, I got to tell you about our sponsor today, which, as you guessed it, is waitsigns.com. Are you constantly looking for ways to bring the magic of the parks back to your home after your vacation's over? Maybe you check the wait times from your home, or you watch resort TV or listen to park music on repeat, like I do in the car and make Rosanna mad. Well, waitsigns.com just released their I'm in trouble. Their brand new wait time display, which recreates the nostalgia of the Disney resort experience in your own home. In fact, when you turn on a device, you're greeted by a personalized welcome message, just as if you were checking in. You can then tap over to your very own resort channel, which displays actual park hours and special event times. That's what's happening on my desk right now. And just like their fully working wait time signs that we showed you last year, these wait time displays show the actual live wait times for your favorite attractions. You can even park hop on the monorail to see even more wait times with just a tap. There's even a fully customized vacation countdown with fireworks to get you ready for your next trip. And perhaps the coolest feature, though, is the virtual terrace that displays an actual live stream of the Orlando skyline, allowing you to watch the nightly fireworks shows over the Magic Kingdom and EPCOT in real time. It's like having your own personal window looking out onto the parks even when you're miles away. And you don't have to sit in I-4 traffic like the rest of us do to see them. These are a great gift idea for the Disney Parks fan in your life who already owns everything at the parks, like me. So head on over to waitsigns.com. Use code NEWS15 for 15% off your order today. Walt Disney World has announced the dates for the 2025 EPCOT International. I didn't say the date. Hold on a second. Here now the news for October 21st, 2024. Walt Disney World has announced the dates for the 2025 EPCOT International Festival of the Arts. The festival will run from January 17th through February 24th of 2025. The event will include the return of the Disney on Broadway concert series and dining packages. A lineup will be announced at a later date. Disney released no other details about the event, so we don't know about the food studios, merchandise, any of that stuff yet, but we will sometime in the not too distant future. Just the dates for now. Walt Disney World did announce more details about their 2024 holiday celebrations. As previously announced, the EPCOT International Festival of the Holidays, presented by Advent Health, will run from November 29th through December 30th, featuring holiday storytellers, holiday kitchens, Joyful, a celebration of the season, now at the Communicore Plaza area, and the Candlelight Processional. Living with the Land Glimmering Greenhouses will return as well, along with a tour of the Glimmering Greenhouse available at an additional cost. The beloved Merry Menagerie puppets will visit Discovery Island at Animal Kingdom starting November 12th. Special holiday merchandise will accompany them this year. A new Santa Claus meet and greet is debuting at Restaurantosaurus in Dinoland, as we told you before. He will be celebrating the 75th annual Dino Institute holiday party on the patio, and he'll be there November 12th to December 24th. And of course, likely this might be the only year you get to see him there, because Restaurantosaurus is going away. Mickey and Minnie will also meet in their holiday attire at the Adventurers Outpost, and the Tree of Life Awakenings will illuminate the park's icon after night falls, which has a special seasonal edition at this time of year. Disney's Hollywood Studios will transform for the holidays on November 12th. Disney previously teased entertainment offerings, including the Holiday Spirit Band, which perform in various spots. Woody, Buzz, and Jessie will don their holiday accessories for meet and greets in Toy Story Land, which will also be decorated for the season. The special festive finale returns to, for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration featuring Olaf joining the gang for a holiday song, as well as Sunset Season's Greetings will return to the Hollywood Tower Hotel facade when night falls. The projection show turns the icon into a Muppets gingerbread confection, a Toy Story toy hotel, a snowy corner of Arendelle, and a Dickinson-like village for Mickey's Christmas Carol. The Magic Kingdom will be decked out with festive decorations on Main Street, the smell of baked goods, and special holiday Magic Band Plus interactions at the Fab 50 character statues. Olaf, Anna, Elsa, and Kristoff will return for a Frozen holiday surprise. The castle show debuted last year and sees the Arendelle characters transform Cinderella Castle into a crystallized palace. Guests wearing a Magic Band Plus will experience extra magic during that show, as well as with haptic vibrations. The Jingle Cruise is back starting November 2nd. Meanwhile, at Disney Springs, guests can enjoy the Disney Springs Christmas Tree Stroll presented by Advent Health, featuring trees inspired by Walt Disney Studios, Disney Animation, Pixar, Star Wars, and Marvel. Some of this year's displays are inspired by Mufasa, the Lion King, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Coco, and Lilo and Stitch. Magic Band Plus will also interact with the tree stroll. And Disney Springs gets extra magical with nightly snowfall and joyful entertainment. Seasonal foods will be and drinks will be offered at Jock Lindsay's Holiday Bar. That's an annual favorite of ours. Transformation of the Hangar Bar. Walt Disney World Resort hotels will feature unique Christmas trees and other decor, as well as special holiday treats. And the gingerbread displays will return to several resort hotels. More details will be shared soon on that. In addition to the new Animal Kingdom meet and greet, Santa Claus will appear at other Walt Disney World locations. More details for those meet and greets will be announced as well. That guy gets around. I see him all over the place. For a limited time, Walt Disney World annual pass holders can take advantage of a 25% discount on select purchases from DisneyStore.com. Now through October 28, 2024, the Walt Disney World pass holders can enjoy a discount on select purchases. If you're a pass holder, here's how to redeem your discount. First, make sure that your annual pass is linked to your My Disney account. Log into the Walt Disney World website and view your profile. Select Welcome and then Memberships and Passes to verify that your Walt Disney World annual pass is linked. If it's not, then select Add a Disney Annual Pass to get started. And once your pass is linked, you can use the discount. Visit DisneyStore.com and log in with the same email you used for the Walt Disney World website. Add at least one eligible item to your bag. And in My Bag, enter the promo code WDW25 and select Apply. The promotion will be applied to all eligible items in your bag. You can continue shopping or check out at that point. The offer is valid, again, through October 28th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. This discount is not valid on purchases made at in-person Disney stores or outlet locations. You know, all 6 of them. The Disney parks or on Disney Store merchandise purchased from other retailers or using third-party websites. Walt Disney Imagineering has filed a permit for the new marquee of the upcoming The Little Mermaid, a Musical Adventure show, which was recently postponed to 2025. The general description of improvement for the permit is to install signage at 755 Stage Lane, Bay Lake, Florida. This is the location of a service road just behind the former Voyage of the Little Mermaid Theater. The permit has been assigned to Design Communications Limited, a fabrication company that specializes in custom signage. Walt Disney Imagineering has used this company before on a number of projects dating at least back to 2014. Walt Disney World announced that the new show is postponed to summer of 2025 after originally planning to open it sometime this year. It was also reported that work on the theater's exterior would start in the coming weeks. It appears this work, including the new marquee, will begin soon. The current signage features a 3D figure of Ariel, Sebastian, and Flounder with flats of Ursula and King Triton. The background of the marquee is zip-tied to the framework behind it. It has not been doing well as of late. That's why we mentioned the zip tying, because it's kind of fallen off. So it's good that a marquee update is coming. The Woody's Lunchbox seating area at Disney's Hollywood Studios was recently demolished, but the area is finally being reconstructed. The original seating area was abruptly demolished last month. The walk-up counter service restaurant remains open throughout the construction. The refurbishment was unannounced, so no details for the final project have been shared, but a new look at the site shows fresh pavement in some areas. Planters separate the area from guests right now. There's no construction walls, so this is not, I say this is not going to take long, but this project has been ongoing for years now. But a look inside the construction site shows the repaving has begun in sections of the area, and beyond the fresh pavement is a grid set up for more pavement to be poured. Construction equipment is staged across the site, and new square holes have been dug and fortified with lumber. The purpose of these holes is unknown, but we would believe it's for shade structures. Of course, one of the chief complaints about Toy Story Land was the lack of shade when it opened, especially near Woody's Lunchbox. Also the amount of seating, because you can never sit there half the time. Until Roundup Rodeo Barbecue opened in 2023, Lunchbox was the only dining venue in the land and had no covered seating. And while the seating area is closed, temporary tables have been set up near the entrance to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. They are super out of place. It's weird. And you see the Toy Story Land cast members who usually would work the seating area for Lunchbox, you see them meander out that way. And it's weird to see the Batuan rock formations and someone in that weird Toy Story Land costume. It's not a great look, but I'm very happy they're finally doing this. Toy Story Land, I think since day one for me, has been miserable. I don't think it's up to Disney quality. I think it was a huge miss. And what happened here is what we always talk about is and Imagineers have always said this, if you cut it from the budget up front, you're gonna end up paying for it later. And the cuts they made for Toy Story Land before it was built, they paid for later, right? They had to go back and build the table service restaurant. They had to build the shade structure over the queue for Slinky Dog. And now they've spent years and countless millions of dollars fixing Woody's lunchbox. So just do it right, spend the money the first time, and you don't have to spend it later. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guests and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts to the Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. They're also able to book unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. And the best part is their concierge services are 100%
free.
It was so free. Just so quick. So book today. Of course, if you want to be a part of our live audience and yell free at me, you get tickets at events.wdwnt.com. And a real quick plug, we are quickly selling out of Santa Gertie. This is the original. We still don't have the sample for Santa Gertie. The original is sold out completely, but Santa Gertie available for pre-order. I think we've sold almost 700 of them now. It's a limited edition of 1,000, so they're almost gone at this point. But get yours at carouselproducts.com or wdwnt.shop. Refurbishment work has started at Bay Lake Tower at Disney's Contemporary Resort, with some of the top floor rooms being cleared of all furniture. Earlier this year, Disney announced a year-long refurbishment of Bay Lake Tower. This refurbishment began in September of 2024, is set to be concluded by September of 2025. On a recent visit to Bay Lake Tower, we noticed that work had already begun on the top floors and equipment was staged. For now, it appears that only the top 6 floors are being refurbished. Of course, when they do these things, they don't close the entire building all at once, so people can still book it. So this will continue in waves until they're done sometime next year. After years of silence, the construction site for Walt Disney World's new hotel, possibly Reflections, a lakeside lodge, is abuzz with activity, and cranes are now in place. Construction began earlier this month on the newest Walt Disney World hotel, which was officially announced way back in 2018, but saw delay after delay due to COVID. It began to seem like the lodge would never be built, and we just have to look at that dirt mound behind Pioneer Hall. But earlier this year, permits were filed, including a permit for a mobile crane, and cranes have now moved into the actual site, indicating activity is about to pick up. With construction wrapping up on the Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, it's possible that Disney Vacation Club and Walt Disney World will turn their focus now to Reflections, which will likely be the next Vacation Club resort on the property. Located at the former River Country Water Park lot, the hotel will be 10 stories tall with over 900 rooms if it's still according to the original plans. And of course, it'll be a Disney Vacation Club property, because they all are. 2 new Disney Park-specific and exclusive Pandora charms have been released at Walt Disney World. The Disney Parks Animal Kingdom Safari Mickey Mouse Pandora charm is $85. The Double Dangle charm features a Tree of Life charm and a Safari Mickey charm. Mickey wears a tan uniform complete with a safari hat. We found this at Riverside Depot. Meanwhile, there's a Figment Pandora charm for $80. The charm dangles from a round band with EPCOT engraved. It's primarily silver toned with the exception of Figment, who is purple. He sprawls atop Spaceship Earth in a similar pose to the Epcot 40 Spaceship Earth light-up figure, although he was underneath, but it's similar. We found this at the port of entry. Why were Pandora charms in the show today? Because this way I don't have to text my mother what they are. She just watched the show and see them. It saves me a text message. I'll keep going. On August 12, 2024, Nicole Handboy was arrested at Disney Springs after attacking a marked Orange County Sheriff's Patrol car with her purse. Nicole Handboy ended up in jail with a broken tablet, while the sheriff's car she attacked turned out fine after another bizarre arrest took place this summer at Disney Springs. Handboy was arrested on August 12th for disorderly intoxication and resisting an officer without violence. We're reporting on this now because it takes weeks for the Orange County Sheriff's Office to release public records. According to the arrest report, Deputy Christopher Morelli sat inside his fully marked sheriff's car in the Disney Springs parking lot when Handboy, age 36, who was listed as transient, walked up to the driver's side and swung her black handbag several times into the window. Morelli wrote the following in the arrest report: I exited my vehicle to ask Nicole why she had struck my vehicle. As I exited my vehicle, Nicole began to walk away. I told Nicole to stop and told her multiple times to come here so I could ask her why she struck the vehicle. But Nicole refused to obey my commands and continued to walk away from me before she finally started to run away from me. After a short, low-speed foot pursuit, approximately 50 to 100 yards across the Watermelon parking lot, Nicole finally stopped and put her hands up, at which point I placed her into handcuffs. The deputy's vehicle was parked in a space near the Mango and Watermelon lots away from all the other cars, so Handboy intentionally went out of her way to target the sheriff's car, the deputy wrote. Handboy admitted to drinking before the incident, which she purposefully orchestrated to get back at her boyfriend. The arrest report states the following. Nicole stated she got in a fight with her boyfriend inside Disney Springs, and because he left her there, she was upset and decided if he wanted to leave her there, she would make him pay money to come get her. Court records showed Handboy pleaded no contest to the criminal charges. She was ordered to pay $273 in court fees and was credited for the 2 days she served in jail. Handboy's arrest took place one day after another incident, which I cannot read on this show, because YouTube will then have this show removed from the channel. If you want to hear about the incident, the other incident literally happened the day before this, but I can't read it here on the show. If you search Disney Springs on our website and parking, you should be able to find it, but I can't mention it here because YouTube is very strict with such things. These two are two of the wildest stories I've ever read, though. It's getting crazy at Disney Springs, kids. runDisney has announced a new multi-year collaboration with Brooks Running, a performance running shoe brand, which will include Brooks creating Disney-themed running shoes. In a press release, it was announced that Brooks Running is now the official running shoe of the brand. And with this new collaboration, Brooks will offer shoes and provide the official race shirts for runDisney race weekends, starting with an upcoming 2025 race. In addition, Brooks will create Disney-themed running shoes featuring Disney characters. And in 2026, the brand will follow up with designs for Brooks jackets for Club runDisney members. The first race next year, of course, is the 2025 Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend, taking place January 8th through the 12th. It's unclear if that's when the deal will begin or not, or it'll start at a later one. Because it just says a 2025 race, but the shoes will not be there. We're not getting the shoes that quickly, so don't worry yet. I know, I forget who did. Several years ago, a running shoe company did Disney shoes in collaboration with them, and they were wildly popular. There was Haunted Mansion wallpaper. There was a vaguely Space Mountain shoe. I forget what company it was, but they were kind of a big deal at that time. So I assume, these will be a big deal again and will sell out quickly. With Halloween rapidly approaching, Walt Disney World and the Starlight Children's Foundation teamed up to bring some spooky and festive fun to the Orlando Health Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. Children at the hospital received Disney Halloween costumes, toys, and books in collaboration with Starlight, and Mickey and Minnie Mouse even made an appearance in fun Halloween costumes. The event is part of Disney's broader initiative with Starlight Children's Foundation for the Halloween season, which includes deliveries of over 20,000 costumes from the Disney Store to 450 children's hospitals and pediatric places of care across the nation. It also marks the beginning of Disney's Season of Giving, which will continue through the end of 2024. And events like this Halloween party are part of Disney's $100 million commitment to reimagine the patient experience in children's hospitals around the world. The Disneyland Railroad has been confirmed to return to service soon. After months of refurbishment, including new tracking, a reopening date has been added to the calendar. Guests will once again be able to ride around the park starting on Friday, October 25th. Initially, only the New Orleans Square station was closed as construction carried on for Tiana's Bayou Adventure in the Haunted Mansion grounds. On August 5th, the whole railroad system closed until further notice. It's unknown if the New Orleans Square station will be available on the 25th or if that'll still be closed due to the local construction. But other stations are available at Main Street, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We, of course, spotted the train testing recently, so we knew it was near ready for open. Now Disney has confirmed the date and will be shared. It'll be shared with the opening of the newly reimagined Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree this Friday. A new Pirates of the Caribbean Spirit jersey is now available at the Disneyland Resort. We found it at the Pieces of 8 shop at the exit of the attraction. The jersey is $79.99. The new Pirates of the Caribbean Spirit jersey is black. A red Disney Pirates of the Caribbean logo sits on the left breast. Dead Men Tell No Tales stretches across the back shoulders of the Spirit jersey. And beneath the words is a printed image of a pirate skeleton sitting atop a massive pile of gold. The pirate is centered in front of a circle. The top of the circle is red and features the silhouette of a pirate ship sailing across the sea. The bottom half of the circle is red and black to make it look as though the sun is reflecting off wavy water. Did you know there's a way you can save big at Disney Deluxe Resorts? Well, today's show is brought to you by DVC Rental Store, a great way for you to plan a luxury Disney vacation on a modest budget. You don't need to sign up for a full DVC contract, but instead they'll allow you to rent the points you need for a magical stay. It really is the best way to stay deluxe at a fraction of the cost, and now, thanks to their lowest price guaranteed offer, you'll always have the best price on the market. The rooms are discounted anywhere up to 75% off, and they have the largest member inventory for points, so there's lots to choose from. You can search their availability for free right now, which is not something all companies offer. And if you do choose to book, they have a great cancellation policy and a low down payment. DVC Rental Store is the #1 DVC rental company in the U.S., one we've used many times. In fact, if you ever watched a vacation club room tour here on the channel, it was probably booked through them even before they were a sponsor, so please check them out. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade 2024 next month will include the debut of a Minnie Mouse balloon. The fashion icon will finally get a chance to shine in balloon form in this year's parade. She'll wear her signature red and white polka dot bow and dress with yellow heels. The balloon will be 60 feet tall when fully inflated. The balloon will join the likes of Mickey Mouse, whose balloon debuted in 1934. Pluto was also 1934, Donald Duck in 1935, and Goofy in 1992. In addition to the balloon, a new apparel collection featuring artwork by illustrator and character designer Jeff Shelley will also be coming to Macy's. It's very cute. And as well, a new Disney Cruise Line float celebrating multiple ships in the fleet, including the Disney Treasure, will debut during the parade as well. The float is titled Magic Meets the Seas. This year's float design features the bows of 8 Disney Cruise Line ships, with the main focal point being the upcoming Disney Treasure, which will set sail on its maiden voyage in December. Riding atop the float will be Captain Mickey Mouse and Captain Minnie Mouse, alongside other special guests that represent experiences aboard the ship, including Aladdin, Princess Jasmine, Miguel, and Moana. The show stop for the float will feature a musical number starring Mickey, Minnie, and their friends from Pixar Animation Studios' Coco, Disney Animation Studios' Beauty and the Beast, and more. The performance will build up to a confetti-filled finale set to the Disney Treasure anthem, Live the Adventure. Mickey and his pals revealed their 2024 Halloween on the High Seas costumes in a new video shared by the Disney Cruise Line. DCL previously released concept art of Mickey, Minnie, and Donald's looks, but Minnie is in a witchy dress. Mickey wears a purple waistcoat, black bow tie, cape, and a top hat. Daisy has a purple corset over a spiderweb patterned skirt. Donald Duck is dressed as a spider with legs attached to his coat and antenna on his head. And Chip and Dale take inspiration from the Evil Queen, as Chip wears a striped pointed hat on his head and a smiling purple cauldron full of candy on his torso. Dale's costume resembles the poison apple. It's red with green potion, creating a skull face and a sheer white layer over the whole suit. And Goofy dons a black and white skeleton costume, complete with a matching top hat. Pluto, meanwhile, has on a candy corn hat and matching collar, complete with an orange name tag. Mickey and friends will wear these outfits on every Disney Cruise Line ship during the Halloween on the High Seas sailings. If they look familiar, some of those costumes they're previously from Disneyland in a previous year. So if they don't look new to you, that's why. Disney Cruise Line has released new gratuity recommendations for concierge guests, with suggested amount increasing by more than 50%. Disney Cruise Line had been recommending that concierge guests pay a gratuity of $15.50 per night per guest. Now the Disney Cruise Line website recommends the following. Guests staying in concierge staterooms and suites are recommended a gratuity amount of $23.50 per night per stateroom guest. This is an increase of 51.61% for concierge level guests. And while this certainly is a large increase, there is an additional reason for the suggestion. Previously, the gratuities were distributed amongst your party's dining room server, dining room assistant server, dining room head server, stateroom host, and assistant stateroom host. Now the gratuity will be split amongst all of those roles, plus the concierge lounge team. Disney Cruise Line is still recommending that guests staying in non-concierge staterooms pay $14.50 per night per guest. Gratuity can be either prepaid or charged to the guest's onboard accounts. You can adjust the amount of gratuity you wish to leave while on board the ship, and most gratuity is optional for both concierge and non-concierge guests. An 18% gratuity is automatically added, of course, to bar tabs, beverage tabs, wine tabs, deck services, and spa services. An Instagram post shared by @Disneyland Paris Shopping revealed the return of the Disneyland Paris Monopoly game, now available exclusively around boutiques at the resort. The Monopoly game is €70, that's about $76 US. This version features a pop-up Le Chateau de la Belle au Bois Dormant, that's Sleeping Beauty Castle, with a colorful image of the park around it. Some of the properties included in the game are Skull Rock, Star Wars Hyperspace Mountain, the Mad Hatter Teacups, and Phantom Manor. Players can choose game pieces such as Cinderella's Glass Slipper, Captain Hook's ship, and more. The game can be purchased at the following locations: the Storybook Store, the Emporium, Sir Mickey's Boutique, all at Disneyland Park, the World of Disney, Walt Disney Studios Store, Royal Collection Boutique, Bay Boutique, the General Store, Northwest Passage, and Alamo Trading Post. Just ahead of Mickey's birthday on November 18th, Tokyo Disney Resort is releasing the new Mickey the Entertainer popcorn bucket. The bucket will cost 3,200 yen. The sculpted souvenir is shaped like Mickey's head. It's mostly black with Mickey the Entertainer printed on one ear. The front of the bucket features flat images placed to create a 3D effect. Kind of looks like a scrapbook or 3D paper art piece. Mickey is depicted in a top hat and tuxedo with Pluto holding a clapboard and Goofy behind a film camera. The bucket will be available starting on Friday, November 8th. On Friday and Saturday, November 9th, guests will need to present their park ticket they used to enter on that day, as there is a purchase limit of 1 bucket per ticket. This will be available at the Adventureland Popcorn Wagon and the Toon Pop in Tokyo Disneyland, as well as at Port Discovery Popcorn Wagon in Tokyo Disney Sea. This matches a Minnie Mouse bucket they released several years ago. Both of these are meant to represent the quote-unquote dressing rooms of the characters in Toontown at Tokyo Disneyland. And so Minnie doesn't meet there. She meets in a separate space, but Mickey, this is where Mickey meets in Toontown at Tokyo Disneyland. They're both very cute. For the absolute latest on all these stories and those that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today, and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.